Hey, Bazi Tribe, how you guys doing? And welcome to our impromptu Bazi fireside chat. Just got back from dinner and I thought I had some time now. Um, and I just went through a lot of the questions that you guys have sent over either on Facebook or Telegram. And by the way, thank you so much for submitting your assignment, your homework. Some of you really put in a lot of effort, which is great. And how many of you experience a bit of epiphany when you're going through the questions? Makes you think, isn't it? And for those of you who did the life path assessment, answering those questions, totaling up the numbers, I got a lot of feedback from you guys, having sort of a like awakening call, because many people keep thinking that they are always drivers. I'm a driver, I'm a can-do person, and then after going through the questions, they start to realize that, hey, they are just a couple of points away from being a driver, because at this stage some of the things are not firing at a full force, so they're actually at the survivor mode. Well, this is a good wake-up call, right? So it's actually just a self-assessment that there's no need for you to positively bluff yourself. It's for you to know where you are. Remember we said that in Bazi, it's very much like your Bazi is very much like a treasure map. And on the treasure map, there's obviously a couple of spots marked X where the treasure is. And then there are obviously many routes to this treasure, but the first step is that you must first identify where you are on that map. So identifying where are you in terms of which key player. Are you a struggler, survivor, or thriver is ultimately important, because this sets your mindset and heart set ready to play the game. Now, when I was looking back through all the chats that we have that day on part one, I saw some people are saying, not a lot. I mean, this is like just 1% of the 6,000 people who tune in live, and the other 4,000 or 5,000 who actually watch the replay. And some of them like, hey, when is he going to talk about the real technical stuff? When is he going to talk about the Bazi? He's talking about mindset. Hello, guys. Do you know why I do that? How many of you know why? Why is it important to first establish the right heaven and earth before man? Heaven, earth, man is the trinity, means heart set and mindset. If you skip this part, if anyone skipped this part and you just try to jump to the tactics, listen, I've done this for 30 years. And if you don't condition the heaven and earth, meaning the mind and the heart, you are going to set yourself up for failure. You're going to struggle. Even if I tell you the best way to activate your Bazi, you will do none of it. It's like, you could, let me give you a very simple explanation. Again, before I answer the questions, I know some of you are like, hey, it's getting late. Can you just get to the questions? Because this is important. I've done this for 30 years. You see, have you heard of people wanting to lose weight? Type of one in our chat group right now, if you understand. If you heard of people who want to lose weight. How many of you want to lose weight? Type in the chat right now in the Telegram. This is one of the chats I can see in here. Right? Some of you want to lose weight, okay? Right? One honest person. How many of you want to lose weight? Or someone should be losing weight right now? Go ahead and type 1. Let me ask you this. People who cannot lose weight today, is it because there are lack of diet programs out there? Is it because there's a lack of diet strategy? Is it because there's lack of, diet recipes and keto diets and all that? Is it because of that? Is it because Oprah hasn't come up with the latest diet strategy? No. In fact, you could find a diet or a slim down or get fit program anywhere online, yes or no? But the question is, who actually follows through? So it's not a lack of strategy, guys. It's a lack of reason. The why is weak, not procrastination, not determination. You don't have a strong enough reason. That is why I have to go through the first stage of life path assessment before we get into the BaZi, the technical stuff. So if you are going to play this game as a struggler or a survivor, guess what will happen if I tell you on part 3 and part 4? You know, there's a clash with your wealth element. And then you guys go like, oh my God, what do I do with the clash? And then I tell you what to do with the clash. And will you do it? You won't do it. There's no reason to do it. You may know about it. It sounds nice. It's like Oprah's latest diet. It's going to be out there, but you're not going to follow. So there are a lot of life-changing courses and books out there. And you know, why nothing changes? People go right back to their old shit. The same struggles, same frustrations, because nothing changes until your mind and heart changes. Heaven and earth needs to change. Write this down, guys. Heaven and earth needs to change first before your BaZi, which is your actual human luck. So remember, I call this program the BaZi Breakthrough. You cannot break through if I didn't spend that time trying to help you break through in the first place. Okay? People will fail before they even start, not because of lack of strategies or ideas, not even lack of ability, because they see the world through broken lens, right? So if you think the challenges are too big, guess what? You will never take action. That's why it is important for us to first figure this out, right? So that's why you first need to go through the life path assessment test first. So if you don't go through that, I can promise you, no matter what I tell you about the clashes, about the day masters and all that, you're not going to change. And the reason why, and I'm going to do this a lot on part 2 and part 3. Part 2 and 3, which is part 2 tomorrow, 8 p.m. GMT plus 8. You got to do your homework and find out what time is it in your own country. Is that if there is no emotional connection, if I don't make you quantify the pain, if I don't make you quantify the pain for not changing, there will never be long-term commitment to transform. People will stay poor. People will still have the same suffering. You know, ever wonder why people go on diet, or start a new diet, new habit, or start a new business, and within weeks, they quit? Within weeks, they quit. It's not because they don't want it bad enough. It's because they never connected to a deep enough reason to keep going. So a lot of the skills that you will see in your 10 gods, a lot of the skills that you will see in your BaZi, the skills, in order for you to actually activate them, your heart set is the fuel. It's your emotional why. And if that fire isn't lit inside, the moment you hit a smallest challenge, you will back down. And you will not be able to achieve that result. Okay, how many of you resonate with this? You understand why I put in all this effort to try and get your heart set and mindset to change. Type of 1 right now. Right, type of 1. Cool? Okay. Yeah, great. Yeah, and some of you are logging in right now, cannot hear. I need you guys to help each other out. Some of these people, because they don't have their speakers on, they have the silent on, they have many reasons, right? But you help each other out here, right? Couple 1, so you guys know and help each other out here. Okay, I need you guys to be a great community, right? So I need you to have to win the inner battle first before you could win the battle in your BaZi. If your heaven and earth are not aligned, meaning your mind and heart is not aligned, you will self-sabotage. You will self-sabotage. And you can have the best BaZi strategies that I will tell you in parts 3, 4, and 5. But you'll still carry around doubt, and you carry around fear, and you have inner resistance. And guess what? You will find a fucking way to screw it up. You'll procrastinate, you'll make excuse, you'll avoid the work, and nothing changes. Okay? And nothing changes. All right? And so that is the reason. All right? Now, there's a Guo Long Chong and Chin Mei Ling and Sing Hui Heng who is in our group right now who cannot hear. I need you guys to be proactive to help them solve this problem. All right? Help them out. Yeah? Because some of these people they just probably just turn off their speakers. They don't have a speaker, so you guys can hear them. Means everything is going great, right? You see Xiang, it says any sound. Just type in a group that it's great sound right now. It's just you guys are missing out. Okay, all right. So now that you know, right? So now that you know about why I do this, I'm going to start every session in about 15-20 minutes to go through all those stuff. Because I think if you don't know this stuff, it's going to be very hard for you to learn anything. Okay, so now let me go through some of the questions that you guys have posted here. Andrew Chin says, how should I relate studying parts with I-Ching? First of all, why should you do that? You're too premature at this point in time to do this. You have to, you see, it's like trying to say, you're in, I don't know whether you're Malaysian or Singaporean, but in our school those days, right, we have subjects like history, right? We study history, we study physics, we study kemahiran hidup, right? Alam dan manusia, we have different topics like that. So it's very hard to merge the programs together at first. They are related, but they're not related right now. The moment you try and merge it together, you're going to have a hard time. So I would say if you want to be a great student right now, study parts of first or independently, or you can study both, but don't try and merge the subject. And here's another tip for you guys. Don't merge Western astrology and Chinese astrology and then Indian Vedic astrology together when you're studying. Don't ever do this like, oh, you know, my Vedic astrology says this, then which part of my Chinese astrology says the same thing? I'm trying to validate each other with each different technique here. It's like trying to use physics to validate history, you know? Not now, and don't do it right now because they're different subjects and you will confuse the hell out of yourself there and you know, cause a lot of confusion when you're starting to learn. Don't do that yet. Okay, so understand that. Okay, so you can relate it later when to finish the subject. Now, Constance Yon says, "Hi, Dato, is weak wood still can have the positive side of wood personality?" Of course, weak. Again, you know, I need to emphasize this very, very important point here. When a wood element is weak or a day element is weak, it does not mean you are mentally, physically, spiritually weak. It does not. That weak doesn't imply negativity. Constance, I want you to understand that, okay? Maybe I should say that maybe the wood energy is less intense and maybe use the word intense and less intense. But don't attach a negative connotation to it. Let me tell you a difference, all right? So let's say now someone with yang wood, all right? This is for Constance Yon who's asking this question, right? So let's say you're yang wood day master and you're on a strong wood, yang wood day master. It's quite possible that you're strong-willed, you're more like a visionary, you're independent, you're a structured person, right? And if you're a yin wood person who's born in a stronger season of wood, you're more adaptable, diplomatic, resourceful, and social. That's just the nature. Now, conversely, to answer your question, Constance, if your wood is weak and you're yang wood, right? So generally, if you're yang wood, you're weaker. It generally means that, yeah, while you are opinionated, but when pressured, sometimes you can be a little bit more easily influenced as opposed to someone with stronger wood. So a stronger wood is more independent, whereas a lesser, stronger yang wood will be, okay, it's more friendlier with people. All right? So that's how you should see it. So it's not weak as, oh my God, you know, I'm easily discouraged and I avoid responsibility. No, it doesn't mean that. A weaker yang wood basically is more formless as opposed to a person with stronger yang wood is more structured. All right? So some work requires more to be flexible, then a slightly weaker yang wood is better than a stronger yang wood. Okay? So someone who is who's stronger yang wood wouldn't like but still can confront people, but a weaker yang wood will probably say, you know what, if I could save the time, I would rather not confront. That's the difference. It doesn't mean, oh my God, you're limping, you're weak, you know. No, it's not that. All right? So when we say a stronger yang wood, by nature, they're flexible. they're persuasive, and they thrive in that relationship building. But if the yin wood, which is weaker side, generally will be they are flexible, but they prefer to cling on to an ideology or someone with stronger vision. Okay, they might be dependent on others the moment they can find someone who obviously can offer all the goodies, right? And they're not directionless, but would prefer less. I won't want to make decision. I just see who's the best and I follow. So that's a weaker yin wood. It doesn't mean someone who is just weak and is inconsistent and is going to be easily distracted because they're weak. No, not like that. Not like that at all. Okay. So I hope you understand our constants. It's just a matter of intensity of the wood. Okay. So that's the difference. All right. JR says, I have 100% of HO in my natal profile. All right. Anyway, I'm going to talk about profiles on the part 4 live. If you're listening to the replays, some parts will be edited out. All right. So I don't know which part I'm going to edit out yet. So you better watch it live. All right. 100% HO in natal chart, and current year is 1 year of my 10-year EG phase. Does that make it easier for me to go online and build a side gig, especially one in performing fitness and routines? Generally, when your HR is 100%, it's great for performance and being in front of the screen or showing your face generally. Okay, so EG is more like writing the script and designing long-term strategy. So you can do both right now. Okay, so you're performing fitness routines. Yeah, you probably could do that. That will be a good idea, but I probably would do it in a much grander scale depending on what element is your HO. Right, so a HO, let's say now is wood. Let's just be using wood. They would thrive in scripts or routines that are more disciplined, structured. For example, high standards. If your yang wood is weaker, for example, then I would prefer something that is nurturing. Maybe it's more flexible and collaborative. See the difference here? So it depends on what type HO and EG you're talking about. Those are details, guys, right? But you see, when I talk about details, half of you will zone out because you guys don't get the big picture yet. That's why it's not easy teaching 10,000 people online, yeah, because I'm trying to cater for the majority of you to get the right mindset first, and then go down to technicalities of, okay, what this one means and what that one means. Because if you read these things in isolation, it's hard to apply in isolation. Like, what does a HO clashing with DO means? Okay, it's bad shit, all right, but bad in what perspective? All right, it's bad in husband and wife perspective, but it's actually not bad when you are, let's say, fighting, counter-suing someone. So I need to know the context, and you need to know the context to tell the full story. Okay, Layla Narita is saying, sir, my day master Gui water EB earthly branch is you, which is rooster, with excessive yin earth. What and how to improve the health? First of all, I need to know what the fuck is wrong with your health. You're giving me 3 characters out of 10 possible other characters, including luck pillar and current pillar, and you don't know, you didn't tell me what problems you have, right? So it's not because of these 3 characters that you are having a certain issue. I need to know the context. Well, that's why we cannot answer Bazi with just 1 or 2 components. We gotta look at, like your doctor is trying to look at your hand and then just saying, oh my God, all right, you have testicle problems just by listening to your pulse. It's not possible. You understand what I mean? Okay, we need context for this. Restart saying, I have wood element 0% in my parts, and what should I do to balance it? Nothing. Listen, there's nothing wrong with you. Balancing it's a stupid way of doing parts. Look at what is strong in your life and focus on strengths. All of us have limited time in this earth. It's far more beneficial and profitable to work on our strengths than to work on weaknesses we have in life. All right? Every one of us have character flaws. Every one of us have our own temperaments and all that. Yes, we could fix it and become nicer people. But let me ask you all right now, and you try all to answer me right now. Are you guys here nice people? Are you nice people in general? Type a yes if you are nice people. Come on, work with me here. Are you nice? Or are you kind? Type your answer. Are you nice or kind? Which one are you? Come on, guys. You got to work with me here. This is a free fireside channel. Work with everyone here. You're nice or kind? Just type. Don't say both. Tell me which one. Are you nice or kind? Don't say both. Are you nice or kind? You're nice. You're nice. You're nice. Okay? A lot of people nice here, yeah? You're nice. You're kind. You're nice. Kind. Nice more than kind. JR, right? You're nice more than kind. Felicia, nice. All right. Roger Shum, nice. Listen, all you nice people, do you like authentic or fake people? You like authentic people, people who are true and sincere? And all those who type who are nice, you are inauthentic and insincere. Let me tell you why. Because you are nice. So you say nice things to people and think nice things that people want to hear. But if you're kind, sometimes you might say things that are not so nice, but because you truly care for them, you're kind to them. Therefore, you will say it straight to their face. But you're not nice. You're kind. So people ask you, JY, are you nice or are you kind? I say I'm kind, but I'm not always nice. It depends on when you're talking to me. All right? You get my point, guys. You get my point. All right? But always authentic. This is me. Okay? So you don't want to sugarcoat. Nice people sugarcoat shit. They're too afraid to offend people. They're nice. Okay? So kind is different. I tell you as it is, because you need to know this. All right? So there you go. All right? So this is why I'm saying this, right? Why I say this? We go back to the question that I was talking about. All right, let me see where we are. And yeah, the 0% shit, right? All right, the 0%. So someone's like, oh my God, I'm 0%. What should I do to balance the chart? You don't balance the chart. You can be a not nice person because certain element, because wood element actually represents how nice you are. You know, it may not that nice, but then does not mean you're not kind. Just work on kindness. So work on what you have, restart. Because this was your question. Whichever got higher percentage, you know what? Life is short. Work on what you're good. Don't try and correct all your not so nice areas. Who cares? Okay? Now, guys, you get what I mean? Restart? Yeah? All right. Continue on. All right, Rista, you get my point? I'm looking at Rista's question. So is Rista still here? I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name correct, all right? Rista. Okay, you got it. Great. Let me see. I'm jumping around questions. All right. Let's say if I have a client who is going to jump into politics, which aspect of politics should I see more, and how should I be giving advice? Well, first of all, Imas Maharani, the first thing I want to know is when you're jumping into politics, what's your greatest concern? Because people jump into politics, right? I would think for some people, at least, would be support, right? Support will be important. I mean, grassroots support, group support. If that's the case, the Friends and Rob Wellstar is the most important in that case. But after you get the support, then you need to climb the corporate, the political ladder. That way, you will need the 7 killings, because that is power and authority to be able to get to that level and being thick-skinned enough to do what is necessary. And obviously, if you are too nice, you can't be a great politician. You gotta be kind, but not necessarily nice, right? So I would look at those things, right? Support and of course, if you're a political person and politics is quite nasty. Sometimes people will frame you, they will do shit, and then they will give you a lot of problems, right? So the ability to have the noble people to be of support to you, to be within your team, is so important. The right people protect you. They stay loyal, they protect, and they always give you the right advice. That's the ones I will look for surrounding me for people going to politics. Because at any one time, they can turn things around, push you down. Okay? All right. Nelly says, how Hi, can I please check if one is born in the timing of 2301 on the 29th in the evening time? Yes. Does it mean the day of birth is the same day calendar, 29th, or the next day? Yes, same day, instead of the past 11 p.m. Listen, there is, once upon a time, very, very long ago, there is a system of astrology known as Purple Star Astrology. And in Purple Star Astrology, they, because it uses the lunar calendar, and the whole mechanics is very different, okay? So the whole system and mechanics is different. So they base the red hour as the next day, okay? But a lot of people get confused between Purple Star Astrology and BaZi. In BaZi, clearly written in the text of BaZi, the red hour is divided. Red hour is the 11 p.m. onwards, 2301 as your case onwards, is divided to late red and early red. All right. So in your case, it's called the late red hour. So yes, it is still the 29 of whichever month you're looking at, and not you do not use the next day. Okay. So for sure, I'm telling you with 110% in BaZi, you definitely use the same day if you are born between 11 p.m. to 11:59 p.m. Okay, do not change this. Joan say, what job role should I pursue if both wealth profiles? I need to know more context. You cannot just say I'm this profile and this is the type do. I can tell your skill set that you need. Now, depending on what role, what player you are and which league you are, I'm going to talk more about this tomorrow. Because indirect wealth could just be a normal finance manager in a small company, SME. Okay, direct wealth can be a small manager in SME. But if you're direct wealth and you're playing the same game and you are a thriver, you could actually be CFO of a much larger public listed company. But if you're on a highest level league, then you could be not the CFO, but the founding member in charge of raising funds to a new launch or tech company right now, especially if this is Yang Fire, for example. So the context needs to be important. The problem is not because of the lack of job roles, it's the lack of, again, as I said, I started this talk by saying, do you have the right heart set and mindset? If you are a struggler or a survivor, you're probably, I just want to change from one finance accountant role to the next accountant role, hopefully to get something slightly better. Because if you are in the struggle mode, you lack confidence, you are directionless and easily influenced. But if you are stronger in terms of your, let's say, player mode, you'll be more resilient, you'll be more upright, you'll be more ambitious. So you have a thriver, you are definitely more resilient. Same stuff. Get my point? Okay. All right. Nancy DL says to change the day, the hour. Okay, never mind. This is she's answering the question. Well done, well done. Helping each other is good. Tammy says, what are the interlink between Feng Shui and BaZi, if any? There's a lot of interlinks between Feng Shui and BaZi. The same stems and branches are also referenced in Feng Shui. Like, for example, the animal signs of the dragon is in southeast, the snake is in southeast, the horse is in the south. So now again, don't immediately jump to conclusions yet, because you haven't learned the systems yet. But there is a correlation. Like, for example, if you're born in the year of the snake, then southeast is your Grand Duke sector for the year. That's linking Feng Shui and BaZi together. But don't do it yet because you haven't learned the system yet. Don't try and be a smart aleck right now. Do it step by step. How to determine if the day master is weak or strong? Miri is asking this question. If born in January with Kuei water, DM, but there is a lot of earth in the natal chart, 5 times of earth, 1 times of fire, 1 times of wood. First of all, you never ever count. It's not counting the number of elements. And second of all, why the hell are you not using my BaZi Explorer? The whole BaZi Explorer basically skips this whole part and does the calculation for you. So use my BaZi Explorer, plot your chart, and look at the bottom section, and you immediately know whether you are strong or weak day master, which is obviously an irrelevant information, because actually you don't really need this to change your life. You only need this when you're trying to do some predictions later down the road, but not now. Now it's basically, you see, whether you're a strong, yin water or weak yin water, and you will display both the good and bad of yin water, because it depends on situation. If someone's here to piss you off, I mean, I can tell you from personal experience, I'm a yin water person, right? When things are good, when I say things are good, when the situation is nice, I'm pretty calm, and I see happy students asking great questions. You know, I am observant, intuitive, diplomatic, and emotionally deep. But sometimes I meet some assholes. I get a little cranky, right? And so what happens is sometimes I'll be, you know, I will probably be a little bit more, what do you call that? Sharp or snarky? That's the nature of yin water as well, right? I may be, I might avoid answering questions. I might, you know, like not be as structured as I am right now. So because it's the mist and rain, right? So the mist, the rain, the clouds, I change forms. Right? I don't change forms when everything is smooth, right? I change forms when the environment gets a little bit different. So that's the nature of yin water, right? So I'm both good and bad at the same time. So are you, right? You mean if you're strong yin water, you never lose your temper? Really? You're not. I mean, you're strong yin water, you never get swayed emotionally? Never? Really? Right? You will, right? So that's why you're both good and bad at the same time. So let me explain to you. That's why weak or strong, it's not really relevant to try and tell in personalities. Weak and strong only tells you how the reaction to a certain component, for example, if you're weaker water, you're better off managing more ideas, strategy, than it is for you to manage money directly. Because weaker water will find a little bit hard to manage numbers and cranking up the numbers. So that's it, all right? So it's not bad. It's just you're both weak and strong at the same time. You got it? What pillar in the natal chart I have to choose for personal branding? Day pillar. Okay, Pauline. This is the previous question from Mar. Next question is Pauline. Can I just confirm we should look at top row of BaZi chart is Geng metal equals Yang metal? Yes, Geng metal is the Chinese name for Yang metal, Pauline. Talk more about graveyard in BaZi, Maylin. Nope, I will not do that. Yeah, I'll not do that because it's a little bit more sophisticated, and I'll do that in the BaZi course itself, not here. Mankit Chong saying, hi, Dr. Joe, we want to ask on below. Yang water red day master, e.g. Yang wood monkey month pillar with rooted HO yi wood rabbit, year pillar in DE and also HO yi wood snake. Oh my god, this is so complicated. With the current luck pillar cycle also in DE on DO G earth rabbit 10-year luck pillar with the HO meet DO. Okay, what I need to know now is what are you talking about, right? So let me see here. HO meet DO. Now, HO meet DO has a saying in Chinese. 相官見官為和百端. All right. So it's a chaotic legal messy argument position. Okay, let me just read the rest of the question. So with the HO meet DO, does it mean during this coming 8 to 9 years we'll have legal issues on business restructuring or government authorities compliance issues? If this is very serious and damaging legal compliance problems, and how to overcome this? Okay, firstly, I don't have time to analyze in details, but anytime you see too many HOs in your chart like this, meeting a DO, there's bound to be some form of legal related issues. The question is whether it is business restructuring, but I don't see any indirect or direct wealth there, so it's probably not business related, right? Or it might be if you're working for someone or maybe problems with the government, it could be true. But in any case, because I'm not analyzing this, I'm telling you based on what you are telling me now. Okay, so when HO meet EO, all right, so what are the HO meet DO? What are the issues you can handle, you can think about? So I'm not seeing a 7 killings here. Okay, if I'm seeing a 7 killings, it can mean that it represents authority, legal pressure, and compliance risk, and aggressive competitors. In this case here, we don't see one. So therefore, we don't have a person who indicate extreme legal problems, lawsuits, and conflict with our authorities. Okay, so we don't see that. What we see is a DO having problems. So the DO is a respect the rules or get crushed situation. So what it means is there might be law, regulations, and the government. And in this case, you have a HO, very strong HO clashing it. It could be a compliance crackdown, which is forthcoming in 8 to 9 years, as you say. So you must play by the rules or avoid serious consequences. So if the direct officer is being attacked, so in this case here, someone might be trying to bring you down. But only if there's a rob wealth involved. I don't see you mentioning a rob wealth star involved. Okay, but Yang Water, a rat, day master, that it's a hidden rob wealth inside. So I don't know if this is clash right now, but 2026 is a clash with this star, right? So if that is involved, that means someone is trying to bring you down. So expect legal scrutiny. That's what it means. Okay, so what do? So be smart but not reckless, hence using the eating god. So you follow the rules, tighten the compliance, and build legal buffers. All right, so this isn't time to cut corners. That's what it means. Or if you're smart at using the EG, which is in the chart right now, you want to turn law into your advantage. So you align yourself with authority figures. You know, get the lawyers, compliance officers, government connections on your side before things escalate. That's what you need to do, right? Since you know the rob wealth is right underneath your day pillar, be the good guy. Position yourself as the law-abiding leader, because rob wealth is leader star, not someone authorities want to investigate. See what you do? All right. So you could do that, right? So you fortify your compliance and legal safety nets immediately. Are you hearing me? Who's this? Man Kit Chong. You're one of our club members as well, right? I remember the name. So don't wait for the hammer to drop. Okay, are you following? Guys, for those of you who are listening, can you see how BaZi is useful in this way? Yeah. So basically, I would do preemptive legal risk assessment. Yeah, right now, if I see all these legal issues coming, so conduct a full legal audit because of the eating god and a star, which obviously can counter the 7 killings. So I would do some risk mapping across all areas of exposures, contracts, regulatory compliance, whatever, financial transactions, and corporate governance. I'll do that right now. Okay, because if you know where the freaking landmines are in your case, you can neutralize them before they explode. you get what I mean, right? So why are you not doing that? I mean, you got time right now, right? Or if you want to, you know, there's a rabbit and rat. That's a punishment chart there. A punishment like this, I definitely will fortify a compliance, right? Like I gotta have this regulatory armor before I self-destruct myself, right? I want to be proactively engaging my regulators and auditors or compliance officers before any red flags will arise. Right? This is what I would do, right? Because if I see a chart like that, this is what I'm going to do first, right? And I mean, regulators don't punish rule breakers. They punish ignorance and negligence more severely. You know that? So that's hence the rabbit and rat punishment. That's how you interpret this. Okay, is this helpful for you, Mankit? Yeah. I'm just trying to use BaZi to explain this. Yeah. So that's how you navigate this. Okay. So yeah, for those of you who are listening in, I'm just trying to use BaZi to solve a problem. As you could see, it can be done like this. I just need a bit more time, but because I do it so often, it's kind of natural when we just think of stuff like that. All right. Okay. You guys having fun so far? You been following? Okay. Cool. So zero wood, all that I've already answered, so I'm not going to re-explain that. So Season Qua says, what is the remedial steps to take to compensate for missing fire elements to propel one's journey to being a traveler? First of all, you're not a struggler or survivor because you have missing elements. The missing elements basically means certain things in your life are probably less connected. So let go of that and focus on what you have. Okay, focus on what you have in life. The missing element is not going to kill you. All right, my metal element in my chart is close to zero, close to it. It's not exactly zero, but close to it. So I don't give a shit about the metal. I just go straight to my fire element, which is dominant in my chart. I have no time to balance my metal element, guys. Do you understand what I mean? Right? But the tradition, having said that, when I tell the story of how I went to see the fortune teller when I was 15 years old. Well, that person actually told me to be an accountant, to study finance actually, because at that time, finance represents metal. And he actually told me to wear metal rings and have a gold chain. I was 15 years old. Come on, I look like a thug with those things. But because he wants me to balance the metal, and thank God I didn't listen. Yeah, not because I didn't want to listen, because I can't afford the gold chain. You understand what I mean? So, if I balanced the elements, I would have lived a very balanced and mediocre life. It is because I chose to be okay with imbalance. I just focus on one or two things that I want to go, maximum on my strengths, like my fire element. Therefore, I excel in my fire-related industry right now, which is metaphysics and life transformation. See my point? Okay, so that's how you do it, right? Are you guys enjoying yourself listening to the questions? Yeah. So for those of you who are let me just answer some other stuff here. If you have not already done so and not yet joined the VIP, if you're asking for the replays, I believe the replays are ready for the VIP, so go and check it out. Watch it again, make some notes, and do your homework. And for those of you who are considering whether you should attend live stream or not, there's always more live stream. Like I could answer your question right now because it's live, right? So please attend the live stream, even if you got the VIPs, because you get more in the live stream. And then you're watching it again, you actually get even more, because then some of the points that you didn't get sink in, you sink in further, and you get some notes. Okay, so that's the good thing, and you get a dedicated Q&A at the end of the 5-part challenge. You got that, guys? Okay. Well, I like to say thank you to all of you guys who have logged in, and remember tomorrow it's going to be 8 p.m. the 10th of March, 8 p.m. Malaysia or Singapore time. So you need to check what time is it in your own country. There's always a time converter of sorts. Your own responsibility to find out. All right. Now, at our side, we'll do our best. Our lines and internet speed are fast. On your side, you could double, triple test your internet speed to make sure that the lines are smooth. All right. Or be there a bit early. You can join 7:30 earlier. Chit chat with the team first, so you make sure that your lines are smooth. You can do that, right? Do whatever it takes. Okay. And I'm sure we all can gain a lot just by listening and being part of it. Okay, thank you so much for connecting in such a last minute tonight. I hope you enjoyed our fireside chat, and whenever I can, I will reconnect here on Telegram, because it's actually easier for me. I can be in my pajamas right now and talk to you guys. I don't have to dress up, and chit chat with you, and keep texting your questions over, and I will do my best to answer as many as possible. All right. So if you're a practitioner, student, teacher, and all that, you love part 2, you love part 3 and 4 even more. Okay, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you tomorrow in our live stream. Good night, everyone.